Which theory of yours, excluding master plans, sounds the most insane but still survives your rereads? Love from Cancun. Nice. Cancun. Cancun is actually a much more fun town than people think. Like, and I don't mean in a party sense. It's actually because it's like a legit, like, full Mexican city filled with, you know, everything that a city has. Like, people forget that it's a huge city. It's not just like a place for spring breakers, because the spring breakers are often like this kind of area. But like, and not to mention all the things to see around, like Chichen Itza and Tulum. I'm actually a big fan of Cancun. Like, people are, you get this idea that Cancun is going to be like, woo, Cancun. It's like, actually, it's really nice. It's a really fucking nice area. It's fucking great. Um, what stuff, like, which of my theories sounds insane but still survives the rereads? I mean, I think that
He can't
um,
ask you this question because you're biased. They're yours.
it's true, but realistically, when I think like stuff that I think that the the War and Dragons, like Dragon X theory stuff, I think that stuff still works. I think that
Is it insane
Dragonless
though?
Ambitions, like the Maester stuff that I did, that stuff is um, still survives pretty well.
Is that
Um,
insane though? Maybe I'm just biased as
well,
well,
that's
but
the thing is like, at what
the
point does it stop being insane? But like, where
right.
you're just like, oh, that's quite reasonable, you know, like,
Yeah. Like, oh, this actually the Maesters want to, call the target. Like, yeah, that sounds
yeah,
yeah, that sounds hmm,
it's you're like that's not even a Preston Jacobs theory. It's too logical, and
it's too
yeah,
logical.
it's too logical.
Honestly, I think even Littlefinger Death's game, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much true. Um,
Yeah.
fuck.
Um.
Hmm.
Let me think of a few that like survive rereads. Um. I've got to fucking go back into to a ways. Like, going back, like, how long has it been since I was like really doing like theory videos? Um. Oh, I think time traveling Bran, fucking, fucking is a great fucking series, and it's that's crazy as hell. But I think it like if like I think it's supported well, and um, I think it just works. You know, and like so many people are just be like, no, there's no time travel in the story, and you're like, how can you still? But I I think time traveling Bran really works. What do you
I'm
think?
laughing because like no, you've convinced me on it, but again, I'm biased. This has to be from
Yeah,
like a neutral perspective. But I'm the entire time you're talking about this, I'm just thinking of that meme of Obama giving a
yeah,
medal to Obama. Like that's just literally you right now. You're just
yeah. It's true.
patting
Like,
yourself on the back.
what? How can you pat yourself on the back? Like,
But no, you're right.
what's
Time traveling brand.
time traveling Bran?
I
That's a great.
time traveling brand is like the craziest one, but also like yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's all true.
Especially especially when I keep forgetting to bring this to you. But remember, Ty Frank and Daniel Abraham, they know the ending of the story. And George apparently told Daniel Abraham when he was doing the comic to include one panel in the comic, and it
Hmm.
stands out. Do you want to see the panel?
Sure.
It might give a hint to what your time travel thing being actually legit. I'm trying to find it here. I don't know. Here. I don't recall.
This is on Facebook, on
I'll
Messenger.
send it to you on Facebook. 1 second. Yeah, I have it right here. Pulling you up. Uh, I think so. It's this panel here, and I believe the George told Daniel Abraham to include the middle panel about a boy who hates stories. Because the comics do leave certain things out, but George told Daniel Abraham to include certain things that'll be important for the very final scene in A Dream of Spring. And I believe it's that middle panel right there where Bran says, I don't care whose stories they are. I hate them. I know a story about a boy who hated stories. Why that
Right.
specific? Well, that's the theory, at least. It could be one of the other word panels, but that one stands
Yeah.
out. So, hmm.
Or I could tell you the story about Brand the Builder. Well, yeah, I mean, this is a story about him. Oh, huh.
Bro, I'm it feels like every year since season 8, that fucking ending slowly is creeping back up with some like new
This is
evidence coming
funny.
out.
Like my stories, no, my little lord, not mine. The stories are before and after me, before you two. It's so funny. Like it's so much like the nothing beats a good story ending of a Game of Thrones.
I'm telling you, last year it was George and on the fucking stage in New York Comic Con where he knights that woman and she goes, "It worked for Brienne." Not in the
Yeah,
books yet.
no.
Every year, man, season 8. Mm.
Yeah, I also think patting myself on the back, Battle of Blood is a fucking solid video. I don't know how crazy that is.
Wait, is that the one where Krakens come up because he's
Yeah.
pouring blood into the ocean? Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
crazy good one.
Um. Oh, and you know ones hold up that okay, the ones that are like Purple Wedding is a great fucking video, even though like let's be honest, like did George like really have Littlefinger or Server X or somebody like that? I mean, maybe he left it open, but Purple Wedding was like it.
Purple Wedding, again, I'm so sorry. Is that the one where everyone's trying to kill Tyrion, but they somehow kill Joffrey instead?
Um, yes, that Littlefinger's trying to kill Tyrion instead of Joffrey. Like I admit that like okay, the show already had Olena be the murderer. She admits it in the show. Um, it doesn't make any fucking sense in the text. Like it's sloppy. The plan is stupid. Like we just kind of accept like, well, it was George's dumb idea. But the Purple Wedding video describing like how it's actually Littlefinger targeting Tyrion. Yeah, it just makes so much more fucking sense. But I
You
kind of accept that like yeah, no, George was just being dumb. like George.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You
I
got me.
know
You
people
got
get
me
so
so
angry.
hard. You got me so hard when you were like, "Carmine, just think about it. She's going to get this poison, to give it to this fool, to give it to this girl, to give it back to me." How, do, how does that
Right.
make any
The
sense?
dumbest
I'm
fucking
all,
thing. Like,
I'm
here's the
all,
plan. Here's the plan. I'm going to team up with Littlefinger, and Littlefinger is going to hire a drunk, and the drunk is going to take some poison and give it to a 13-year-old girl who's going to put it in her hairnet, and then I'm going to take it from her hairnet and put it in the poison. And you're like, why don't you just fucking put it in? Like, why don't you just put it in your pocket? You're like, well, dresses don't have pockets. like, what? Don't you know anything? Haven't you ever gone out with a woman to a club? They have no place to carry anything. That's why they put everything. They put their money and their lighters in like a cigarette pack and like because there's no pockets on dresses. Like
our friend Manban Nick, he says, "Minds of Wolves and Robins is a fun series that introduced me to George's thought process and how he rehashes every single idea he's ever had."
he does. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's a really good video. Minds of Wolves and Robins, and I think it's a lot of people's favorite. But now that the show has been out, and I'm like, oh fuck, George's ending was nothing beats a good story. Like, all right, the others are actually just evil. Like this is my idea is that the others weren't actually that evil, and there might be like a negotiation in the end and stuff like that. The problem is the show came out, and like over time, Carmine and I have just been like slowly discovering more and more things where you're just like, fuck, the show was actually what George fucking wanted. Um,
You know what's funny? I have to give Dave and Dan on some level props because everyone is clowning on them and have been for the last 7 years. They could have just come out and said,
This is what
guys,
George
this is
wanted.
what George told us. They have never said that. So again, I think this is why
No.
George gives them so much respect. They kept their fucking mouth shut.